Redheads. Redheads.
So sick. So sick.
Redheads.
Welcome to Redheads. It's still your number one West Coast-based, Liverpool-focused footy podcast on the internet. I'm your host, Jimmy Red. Some call me, not super often, but sometimes, a.k.a. James Morris. I'm joined, as usual, by my co-host, Ian Red. Not quite as catchy, but not bad. Ian, how you doing today?
Jimmy, what's up?
What's up? That's a great question. I mean, out of nowhere.
Wait, hold on. What did I say last week that you said should just be a thing? Did I say, what's up, everyone? Did I just acknowledge the audience? What did I do?
Oh, man, you're really putting me on the spot here.
Yeah.
You said something like...
Something foolish.
You
What's
said...
up, y'all?
Yeah.
I said, what's up, y'all,
Yeah.
I think.
What's
is
up,
what it
y'all?
was.
What's good, baby?
I did not need to hold you up with that. Go ahead.
That's okay. Hey, I'm flexible. I can pivot just like
Folks,
Liverpool.
he is flexible.
Whew, you should see these hips. In fact, you almost can't see them. That's how flexible they are. Not sure that makes sense, but I'm going with it. What else I'm going with? All of a sudden, out of nowhere, from the top rope, Liverpool deliver the best week, I think, of the season since maybe we beat Arsenal in week 3. That's about when we also signed Isak. That was a pretty great week. This week, on the other hand, from nowhere, like I said, on the back of a loss to Bournemouth.
Correct.
You know, things are looking dark. All of a sudden, boom, 6-0 against Qarabag.
The heavens open up.
4-1 against Newcastle.
The
10 goals
yeah.
in 2 games. And then, like I said, unexpected from the top rope, Liverpool drop a signing on us.
A summer signing. But yeah, a signing.
A summer signing. Well, you're right. You're right. I mean, I didn't want to get
too
too early.
Coming back in a little bit. Just
It's still sunny over here. In fact, it's way too sunny. It's midwinter, and today the high was 87 degrees.
I love how we just never not talk about. We just the weather always comes up.
The weather's the first thing I think about.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here in my office/studio, and I'm sweating.
Yeah,
and it's a little peek behind the curtain. It's 8 p.m. on a Wednesday, excuse me.
Right.
And I don't want to be sweating, but here we are.
Yeah. I mean,
but like
you chose
I said,
to live there. Yeah.
We had a remarkable week. And we're going to go through it. We're going to talk Qarabag. We're going to make quick work of that the same way Liverpool did. We're going to talk Newcastle. We're going to talk Jeremy Jacquet. I think you've been practicing your pronunciation. Go ahead.
I heard it's just Jacket.
Oh, it's Jimmy Jacket.
Yeah.
Jimmy Jacket. I mean, you've heard it here first at the very least.
There you go.
We're going to talk Jimmy Jacket, and we will preview a epic showdown.
Pivotal
I wish
game.
I used a different adjective. Epic's the one that came to mind.
Right.
Manchester City. They visit Anfield Sunday at 8:30 PST.
So. Yeah.
Or I guess, PST. That's right. Yeah. A tie that I can't really wait to watch. They just beat Newcastle today, I think 3-1 in the semifinal of the League Cup. But I digress because where else to start but the 6-goal non-thriller, really. Liverpool v Qarabag. What do you think of this game?
It was good. I mean, what can you say about 6 games? I mean, this, like you said, unprecedented. This is the first, midweek weekend win since December when we beat Brighton. Or no, excuse me, when we beat Inter and then went on to beat Brighton. So it's been quite a while since we've been able to revel in 2 wins. A win in Europe and
2
a win
wins
in the
on
league.
one pod.
I know, it's crazy. But what did I feel about this game? I mean, I think you and I discussed last time that it kind of was a must-win game in the sense that we actually needed to get all 3 points in terms of securing that top 4 qualifying range that we wanted.
I think we essentially needed it for top 8 too.
Yeah, you could be right. And I mean, Qarabag, they're no mugs. They've scored a lot of goals. They pretty much ended, despite being 6-0 losers, they still ended up being in the playoff bracket, which is, credit to them. So it was not a game that we could really just take the foot off the pedal. And we've been known to do that this season. So I was very ecstatic at the fact that we went and scored 6 goals past, yes, again, a team from Azerbaijan, but still it definitely lifted the mood, I would say.
Hey, they drew with Chelsea.
That's true. There you
They're
go.
no mugs, as they like to say. Yeah,
They're
I'm
A&W.
well. I think that's mugs. I think that's mugs. Oh wait, I know. Oh man, I just made a real fool of myself. But I get it.
Thank you.
I get it. Yeah, and like I said, we got started really quickly. McAllister scores his first goal, actually, really quickly, even more
Yeah.
quickly. I want to talk about the fact that Konate was unavailable due to family reasons. Joe
Right.
Gomez was hurt, and so
Yep.
Gravenberch started as center back. And not 4 minutes in, Frimpong pulls his
Yeah.
groin, I imagine.
Something like that.
And so Endo comes on to play right back. I thought that was pretty interesting. Two midfield in the back four.
Right. I mean, all told, this was a perfect. I mean, we didn't have like the lion's share of the possession. I think we had 56 to their 44 at the end of the day, but this is kind of a perfect game for Gravenberch to be in the like center back position. Someone who likes to hold on the ball, strive forward. I think we could have. We were well equipped to have just 3 men in the back if he like chose to roam forward. But I thought he did a pretty great job. The Frimpong stuff is such a bummer. This is what, his third muscle injury.
His third muscle injury. Yeah.
Third in the previous season, he did not suffer a single one at Bayer Leverkusen. So just a complete bummer on his part. I don't think it's supposed to be that major. I think he should come back. Hopefully,
it's weeks more than months.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
that and Endo too, he looked pretty solid. Again, this is like a perfect game to have someone kind of in that Endo status where he's a glorified sub, kind of get like the majority of the game to play.
Yeah, nice. I mean, with stoppage time, he played more than 90 minutes.
Right, there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, I was going to mention, and I will mention now, the scoring started early. McAllister starts the scoring off with sort of a goalmouth scramble. I love a good scramble off the back of a set piece. I feel like we haven't been scoring those for a while, but McAllister.
It always seems like a defender pops up to deflect it, or goes off the keeper, goes over the bar. But yeah,
and that happened again. Actually, it just so happened to be 6 inches behind the line.
Right, but yeah, it was sustained early pressure from Liverpool. This was not a counterattack goal. We win a corner, and McAllister just basically makes a late run on the edge of the box. On the edge of the box, and he's our best midfielder at doing that. He always, like, despite seemingly being the smallest person on the pitch, he always, like, especially on corners, he's always able to find some space in the box. And like you saw that, was that in the Madrid game that he scored the header? I think
exactly.
Yeah, so like he always just is able to pop up, but yeah, wrong footing the keeper, and it was like what, that was the 15th minute from McAllister. So it was just like, it was a nice like pressure release for the game too. It totally undermines Qarabag's position in terms of just being defensively minded. They like I said, they lost this game 6-0, but they were still in the playoff bracket, so they didn't have to necessarily win this game to move forward. But basically by us scoring, they kind of had to come out and play a little bit.
Yeah, and like you mentioned too, I mean, the mood going into this wasn't so great considering the result against Bournemouth, considering the injuries in the back line, and then Frimpong going off to start this game doesn't really help anything. So to score so early, calms the nerves, and it doesn't take long before Eikitike makes a beautiful pass, and Wirtz makes a beautiful
the relationship is oops, come to fruit,
Yeah, and we're gonna
what?
I'm not sure if it came through, but there might have been a little bit of an audio cut out there.
Oh yeah, I was trying to just play it through.
yeah. I had a bit of like the adults in the peanuts,
Right.
That's what I was getting. Yeah.
But I mean, dude, the flick from the little side pass from Hugo, and then just like the slotted ball again, it's that bottom left corner too, which I feel like Liverpool have just been really like picking out.
And Wirtz specifically, he did go on to do so again the same week.
I know, and I again, it's a recycling of possession, 3 to 4 passes or one touch passes rather. And then Wirtz just receives the ball between the lines on the half turn, hesitates for a second, shoots, scores, and that's kind of like what we've been missing. I feel like from the season is like usually those shots from Wirtz too would either go out for a goal kick or hit
Get
opposing
blocked.
defender or something or
Yeah.
get blocked. Right.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see these things coming together. And again, just the relationship between Wirtz and Eikitike is just it's awesome, man. Because that touch, I think it was from Kirkes who received the pass?
I think so. Well, no, it was
Or no, so
Robertson. Yeah.
okay, so yeah, so Hugo receives the pass in the build-up from Robertson, and he just kind of like steps inside, he like carries the ball, and it's just like his frame too, his hold up play is amazing. So it's nice to have another like a player in his kind of stature too that has the ability to like be so graceful on the ball too.
Yeah, he's got a bit of the Gravenbergs about him, really. How he's, based on his frame, you wouldn't think it to be as technically gifted as he is, but he just manages to wiggle free, sort of regardless of the amount of space. It's
Yeah,
so fun to watch,
exactly.
and like you're saying, this relationship between the two, it's oil and vinegar. Is that what they say?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they say.
Yeah, they combine so well. It's been so much
Blood
fun to
and
watch.
oil.
Let's blood and oil, blood and water, all the classic combos, salt and pepper. But that's it for the first half, 2-0. And it doesn't take long in the second half either. It was nice to see a certain Egyptian get back on the score sheet. I don't think he'd scored since November. Of course, he was gone for AFCON, but that still was 2.5 months goal drought that
Right.
he undroughted with aplomb. It was a great finish.
I mean, I love the set piece kind of the set piece
The flick.
strategy we have, which is just
Yeah.
like the little flick. So now I think Solid did this for Szoboszlai. I forgot what game that was. With the
Bournemouth,
free kick goal.
right?
Bournemouth, thank you. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But then now it's vice versa. So now Dom sets up Salah. Great goal, great finish from him. Arrowed in the top left corner. And yeah, it's just nice
it was
to
the
see.
classic Mo finish, but it was the first time that I can remember Mo doing anything reasonably dangerous from a free kick.
Yeah, gun to my head, I could not tell you the last free kick he scored, if any.
Well, we did score off of his free kick against Atletico, but it was going to go out for a throw in, and it bounced.
Was it
off
deflection?
Yeah, it's a deflection
Okay,
off of Andy.
Right, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, we fire a set piece coach, and now we're very good at set pieces. So interesting.
That's true. That's
interesting-
2 set piece goals of the first 3 of this game.
right. But
It feels a little like it's got to be. I mean,
not to
it's
throw
not
this
just
person
that.
under the bus, but
Yeah,
come on.
yeah. I mean, it's pretty damning that really since he's left, our goal difference now has got to be 3 or 4 positive on the set pieces.
Yeah, and again, it was just like a nice emotional release too from Salah. Just like you said, he was gone for a month and a half. Doesn't win AFCON, loses to Senegal, which is
Loses to Mane, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it was
Which
nice
had
to see him
happened,
get.
I think, before, right? Didn't they meet before? Yeah.
Yeah, on penalties, I believe in 2021, one of those. Anyway, but yeah, it was just nice to see him get the adoration that he richly deserves, and for again a really awesome goal.
It was a really awesome goal. And the next goal was even more awesome, arguably.
Oof.
This little Eikitike counter, it was one touch from Van Dijk, long ball out of the back line.
Beautiful. Is this the game he had 3 assists in, right?
Yeah, he's got a hat trick of assists.
There
Never
you go.
happened before from a center back in Europe.
Is that true? Is that a real statistic?
That's what I saw that
Made
somewhere.
up. Okay.
I didn't make it up, but it might have been made up when I read it.
I mean, it was just like a lofted ball, like because it was a little attack from Qarabag. A ball bounces to Van Dijk, and he just kind of hoofs it, and then Hugo just picks it out of the sky.
Right, beats his first defender.
Right, and then he just like there's no panic. He just opens his body, side foots it, and again, it's just like the we've said this before, but I think when we bought Eikitike, we didn't really I think we all understood him as being almost like a raw product, right? Like the finished article, especially in comparison to Isak. But every time I see him play, every goal he scores, he just looks more and more like a fine-tuned instrument, Like he just looks like
He's raw is the last thing that comes to mind.
He's not a raw athlete at all. He like it feels like he is in complete control of every action that he does. And this is just again like just being able to turn over his defender and just kind of glide into the box. It was amazing.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember the Torres Vidic goal. This would have been
Of
2008.
course. I love that. Those the great kits, dude.
That's the great kid. That's exactly right. And this really reminded me of that touch that he does. The second touch when he makes mincemeat of Medina. That's what they're saying at the gym. He just humiliates him almost the exact same way that Torres does against Vidic. What is that? 26 years ago? Sheesh. No, 16 years ago.
I was gonna say, please don't be
17
true.
17 years ago.
And then the Newcastle game, another carbon copy of a Torres goal too. So the Torres qualities are there for everyone to see.
Well, you're right to bring up Newcastle. So let's quickly pop through the last couple goals here against Qarabag. It was 6, so it's just going to take a minute to talk about.
Yeah.
McAllister, he scores another 4 minutes after Eikitike. This is the 61st. You remember this one? He goes for a dummy.
Like a bobbles, right?
It was right. It was sort of a miscalculation on his part. Dummies the ball, and it just really bobbles back to him.
Yeah, it was good.
And he
fortune.
still shows some composure.
Yeah, exactly. Composure to basically put it into the net. Composure to like keep hold of the ball.
Well, he takes it around the keeper a little bit too.
Yeah. So.
But my favorite part of this was I don't know if you caught, he did the Bobby like.
Oh, did he?
Sway? I'm not sure how to describe it. He does it like the
Toro,
basically.
Like the Matador type of thing.
Yeah, I think Matador is probably a better way to put it, but I'm going to stick with the magician.
I like the Tada thing. Yeah. Whatever that is. Yeah, he just doesn't overthink it, which was cool. He's just like, again, he just pops up into the box. He's able to do that.
At 4-0, but,
it's true.
He still didn't overthink it.
Exactly.
And finally, this was a fun one too. Let's just rapid fire right through these.
Please.
90th minute counterattack led by one and only Virgil van Dijk, center back extraordinaire, come 10 extraordinaire. It was just fun to watch him make a run down the middle and feed Chiesa.
Yeah, again, another player you just like want to see getting the goals because he just looks like he looks like a little happy child whenever he scores. He looks elated, like he has the best face for emotions. Like he's kind of like the new Matip in our team in the sense that he's always like ready for someone just like a photo of him after a reaction.
I mean, speaking of Eikitike being raw or not being raw, I think Chiesa and Matip, they have a similar quality where they just look like they're not fully cooked yet.
Yeah,
like they needed another 5 in the oven, but they're out. They're cooling off already.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, like you said, assist from Van Dijk. Chiesa shoots from a tight angle, beats the keeper at the near post. And yeah, it's just a goal that you want from your a forward option. So all the credit to him. Awesome. I love it.
Yeah, it was a staple FIFA goal. That's that sort of counterattack when you pass it across in front of the keeper. Unstoppable.
So we win this game, James.
That's right.
And we get third. We secure a top 3 space for the Champions League.
That's right. And like we were speaking about in the last ep, that means we're guaranteed to play home in the second leg in the round of 16. So that's exciting.
So, I don't know about you. I am still a little dubious on this whole new tournament.
The Swiss system?
Basically in the sense that I still don't get it. So we have like how many? There's basically, I think, in terms of teams that Liverpool can play, I believe that Galatasaray and Juventus are playing each other, and then Club Brugge and Atletico Madrid are playing each other. And like, what I don't is it one of the whoever wins one of those? How does this work? Essentially, is what I'm trying to ask.
You're barking up the wrong tree, to be totally honest.
Those are basically the 4 teams that we could get.
I'm waiting for the end of the
playoffs.
Round of 24. Yeah, the playoffs. Yeah, exactly. Once that's wrapped up, then I'll take another look at the table. As far as I'm concerned, the Champions League is done until March.
That's true. I mean, it is technically for us. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like what happened to the Champions League. I know that I think Real Madrid end up falling out of the top 8, so they have to go to the playoffs. That's very exciting.
Yeah, it's probably worth a quick mention of that Benfica goal against Madrid.
Amazing.
Yes.
Truly so cool.
Yes.
A headed goal by a goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was, I mean, I have to say, a little more exciting than the Alisson, stoppage time winner against West Brom 2021.
I don't know. I guess the stakes, you could say the stakes were equally as high because that goal pretty much secured our top 4 spot that year.
That goal secured our top 4 spot, and it secured Benfica's progression.
right. I think
Yeah.
because they were in the last spot.
They were
secured
25th
24th.
of
Right.
24. Yeah.
So crazy. But
And it was that goal that also knocked out Marseille. They were
good
24th
riddance.
on
Yeah,
goal.
good
Yeah,
riddance.
exactly. That's you took the words right from my mouth.
I mean, this new system is pretty interesting in the sense that like giants can end up in these playoff spots. So you have Real Madrid, Inter Milan, PSG, Juventus, Atletico Madrid. These like huge teams
Yeah.
that have to play another set of games in order to hopefully progress to the next round. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, like you said, we are done till March.
And
Thankfully.
I just like the chaos of that last day. You know,
Yeah.
when that
It's always
Wednesday,
fun.
there's 18 games all kicking off right at noon. It's cool to watch. I don't know if you've ever seen those graphs where they have the table positions and like shifting from
Oh,
fourth
I
to
love
third
that.
to seventh. That's exciting.
I mean, they do that for
Big
the last
graphic
game
guy
of the
myself.
season for like
Right.
relegation
That's exactly right.
survival. It's
Yeah.
always fun.
So it's just the fact that there's so much going on. I was already pro Swiss system. I just like that you play more good teams, but
Yeah.
that made
It's
me.
fun.
Yeah,
It's a roller coaster. Yeah, the group stage kind of overstayed its welcome. But you know what did not overstay its welcome?
Hit me.
This game from Liverpool versus Newcastle, James. So, first off, I don't know about you, but
Go on.
we have always said we're better in Europe, and then there's always, for whatever reason, that European hangover when we play on the weekend, right? Like
We've
I
always
said,
said it.
we've always said it. So, I was nervous going into this game.
I was nervous too. And, you know, we said that there's always a European hangover. And so it proved to be. The first 20, 25 minutes,
It was
a
awful.
tough watch. I was sending some angry texts, put it that way.
It was a continuous Newcastle corner kick, essentially, where those first 20 minutes where you kind of just.
The ball was in play for maybe 30 seconds. It was horrible. It was like this newfangled Premier League where we do nothing but watch long throws. And yeah, like you said, there was corners where we would head it out and just corner after corner after corner. It felt like they had the ball 100% of the possession.
Yeah. I mean, Newcastle came to this game. They're extremely confident. They were really aggressive. And they were just like trying to disrupt Liverpool as much as they could. So one of our biggest struggles this season has been set pieces. And they had, I think, I don't have this like the number in front of me, but they essentially had a total of 11 corners. I couldn't tell you how many they had in that like first 20 minutes, probably 7 at least. And it was just a very tense game because.
And the long throws too. Those are basically corners.
That's right. And they get the first goal. And, you know, it's always a shame when it's Anthony Gordon who scores against Liverpool. Him being a Liverpool born and bred person.
Yeah.
He also played for Everton. And he's also just a giant asshole.
He does seem like a bit of a prick. He's the kind of player that I think you like his prick when it's yours. You know, you like his prick when it's on your team, but God, it's a tough prick to look at when it's just
when that prick is on your shoulder. You're happy. You're happy to stand beside him.
So it proved to be. It was pricking me off for 30 minutes, and then that was the angriest text I sent you was when he scored. It was like the 35th minute.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't much to do with Kirkes. I think it could have been a little tighter to him, but I said something to you like, look, Kirkes is doing his best and it's just not very good. And you were a little more level-headed about it. I don't think that you had gone off. You had lost.
I just didn't know what else he could have done in that moment, which I think like
blocked the shot is one idea.
Yeah, he could have. I mean, he goes to ground enough to do it, but this goal does come against the run of possession. So it is in the 36th minute, which is also annoying too. Because you're closing on halftime, you didn't start the half well, and now you're not going to end the half well either.
Or so you thought.
Let's get to it. Hold on. Newcastle, they spring a quick transition down Liverpool's left. Gordon drifts inside, unmarked at the far post. Low
where
cross.
Kirkes should be.
Okay, let's settle down. Low cross, fizzed across the box. We don't clear Kirkes. And then Gordon finishes first time. And it's just like one of those things that was just like typical, of course, because we're giving all the impetus to Newcastle. We're essentially giving them all these chances to score, and they end up taking their chance. And it just felt like Liverpool can't help but shoot themselves in the foot. Like they can't have a good game and build on top of that. That's just like
two good games.
Right. It feels like that's been the narrative of this whole entire season.
Right. That's the dish they keep serving us, and it's starting to get pretty bland.
I don't like it. I think it's quite poor.
The other thing I wanted to say about it too is that
Please.
something that's like doubly frustrating. I guess you did kind of cover this. Is that we defend the set piece as well. We get
Yeah,
through
exactly.
7 to 10 corners and long throws, and they're
Yeah.
not really that threatening. In fact, I don't think they actually get a shot off from a set piece. So we
Right.
survive the onslaught, and then we just shit the bed, prick on our shoulder, prick in the goal.
I mean, look, I'm rewatching the goal right now. So when Gordon shoots, Kirkez is diving in, goes right through his legs. So
Yeah.
again, I don't. It's not a good look, but it's also again one of those things where I'm like, what else? What can he do?
He's got a lot of space, is my thing. He's about Kirkus is 4-5 yards off of him when Gordon receives the ball.
Right, and then it's just.
Look, I was angry. I was looking for someone to yell at, and I saw the man who deserves to be yelled at.
He does have a redemptive moment, though, for sure.
I don't recall.
Oh, really? Interesting. But James, did you really think we were out of it? I won't say I thought we were out of it, but I was just down in the dumps thinking typical Liverpool. But Liverpool they don't think that way. Didn't think that way. Essentially, turnover in the midfield. Hugo picks up the ball, drives toward the fence, passes to Salah. Salah drives inside. Again, this is Mohamed Salah, a player that we have criticized this season, but he's still Salah. So when he has the ball, it draws in defenders. So he's always a threat in that sense too. So by receiving the ball, defenders are attracted to him. The ball breaks loose because he tries to shoot. Classic. Breaks loose to Gravenberch, who has like a weird I couldn't believe he actually was able to pull this ball down. It was like bobbled up. His go-go gadget legs were able just to take it down. Ball goes to Wirtz. Wirtz is dragging the defenders to the left of the goal. He passes inside. Eikitike, what a finish with I think it was his left foot, but just like stabs it into the goal. It was awesome.
Yeah, the Wirtz run, he weaves through, I think, 3 Newcastle defenders to get, create space for himself. Plays a great pass. I was watching it live, believe it or not.
That's crazy.
And I've watched this goal back a couple times, and I still don't really get it. I don't understand exactly what happened, because the shot,
in terms of what?
The way Eikitike swings at it, and then the path of the ball doesn't quite make sense to me. And it also does it hit off the keeper's foot? The path of the ball is odd.
He like almost stabs at it with his right foot, and it kind of I think it looks like he megs the keeper. I can't really tell from this angle.
Right. It's just not obvious what happens, even watching it back. I still don't know exactly what went down.
Well, I do know what went down. We scored, baby. We tied the game.
That's right. The most important thing. We tied the game. Pretty brutal celebration. I was down for it. And it's
why brutal?
Well, I said brutal, but what I mean is like menacing. They're screaming.
Right. Oh, they're amped. Eikitike is amped.
It's pretty brutal.
Again,
I think we're saying it's pretty brutal.
The narrative, too, in this game is that, Newcastle won Eikitike. They wanted him for the longest time. They knew we wanted Isak. Eikitike was going to be their backup. Turns out that's not what... Again, also, what was being said was that they were just going to sign Eikitike and have him play with Isak at Newcastle. That obviously did not happen. So it's kind of a nice little narrative, too, where it's just like, again, this player that haunts your dreams that you try to sign. It's like any time that Luis Diaz scored against Tottenham, it was just like, it's like a nice little reminder that they try to get him, didn't. And he comes to, like I said, haunt your dreams.
Right. We are the sort of greatest negotiators, which is to say we let someone else do it for us. Mm-hmm. Tottenham come up with a price for Luis Diaz. Newcastle comes up with the price for Eikitike, and we're like, hey, we got that cash in our wallet.
Right. It's also nice, too, because after that goal, like I said, Wirtz and Eikitike are pumped. They're amped. They're yelling. And then the camera cuts to Isak, who's just very, very smiley, clapping. It was very nice to see.
Yeah, you got a lot of shots of Isak in this game that I was enjoying every time. He was happy to leave Newcastle. I think you can kind of leave it at that. I was worried that he might be feeling a little bit I don't know, left out because he's not the
Yeah,
star man, and it
right.
doesn't seem like it's like that at all.
Yeah, I mean, he'll play. It's fine.
Oh yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
But James, sometimes when it rains, it pours. And it was, what's rain in French?
Pluie,
Go ahead.
pluie.
And it was Puri at Anfield because
Quand il pleut, il pleut.
they say lightning strikes twice.
They say it always strikes twice.
That's right, like
Mhm.
clockwork.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Eikitike scores again in the 43rd minute, right before halftime. This is easily my favorite goal of the game. Easily. Tight finish. And guess who serves it up on a plate? Is our Hungarian horntail.
Begrudgingly, I have to admit, he played a
Gurkes.
pretty nice pass.
It was a
It was
great
about
pass.
60 yards. Eikitike is making a
It
great
was
run.
It was
Milos
extreme.
has
It was
got a
very
great vision.
Robertson-esque.
Yeah,
He was able to whip it around at a curve.
had a little hook on it.
Yeah, Eikitike picks it up on the left side of the goal, and then he's just drawing the defender to the left.
And baits
And
this
he doesn't
guy
even
in.
cut in.
Was that
He just-
Tia, by the way? That guy had a long day at the office.
It could have been, yeah. That's what it looks like. But he just
I think it must have been.
this
yeah.
this is the goal where I don't know how he did it. This is the goal where I'm like, I don't know how he was able at that angle. Because he shoots it with his right foot again, which I believe,
He does
tight
sort of
angle.
the Travella outside of the boot.
Right.
Gets a lot of power on it.
And like I was saying earlier, this is the carbon copy of the Torres versus Chelsea game.
Torres Chelsea. Yep.
Literally the same type of goal. It was incredible.
I mean, we've been drawing those comparisons for a few months now. I think we'd call him Le Garçon, and he strikes again. He strikes twice, just like lightning. Yeah, it was exactly like Torres. He was just like Torres against Qarabag. Go ahead.
I was going to say when it rains, it purees, but what is it? Wait, what is the...
It's pluie.
Pluie. When it rains, it pluies.
Quand il rain, il pluie. I mean, it's a beautiful language. Sounds a little bit like you're trying to hold water in your mouth while you speak it.
I mean, it's the Romance
you have to
language.
keep your bottom lip high. That's like the trick for French. Pluie.
This is all. Nah, I'm good. But again, dude, it's like, look,
35th minute, the season is over, right? 43rd minute, we're back. It's 2-1.
back.
We're on top.
It's pretty incredible too, because it did seem like a turning. Obviously, it's a turning point in the game because we just scored 2 goals back to back. But also just
Pretty
felt
important.
like a turning point in terms of like the. And we'll see this obviously in the second half, but just like the confidence in the team and the structure and everything. Because like Newcastle were also like once that second goal went in, they weren't done. They didn't pack it in. But
Right.
it did feel like we were like a little bit more resolute and just like truly just like smarter in terms of how he played.
Right. It was that great scene from Lion King. Remember who you are.
That's right.
And that's what we did. We remembered, hey, we're the champions, and we finally played. We played like it for the first time, coming back from behind. I don't know the last time that we conceded first and went on to win the game this season.
It's not a pretty statistic.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Rest on rest right now.
But yeah, man, this felt like rejuvenated, and there's a few moments like in the 50th minute. Coming back from halftime, it should have been 3-0. That was the ball. I think Shabazai wins the ball off. I think it might have been a Newcastle corner, boots it up, and then Hugo just basically burns Dan Burn, and he just basically puts it extremely wide. It should have been 3, it wasn't, which was a shame. But
hard to blame him at that point.
We had our tails up, baby.
It was the easiest finish that he would have had of that game.
Absolutely.
But look, up 2-1, you can't really complain about it. And it wasn't 2-1 for much longer. It was not quite the combination that we've been speaking about a lot, but Mo to Wirtz, I'm happy to see that one too.
I love that.
And it was a beautiful look, bottom left corner finish. That's exactly where Wirtz likes to put it.
Dude, it's now coming together for him. And it's so nice. Again, his first few months here, the physicality was a lot. He wasn't able to get any shots away. He
He's a
wasn't
little
taking
lightweight.
shots
He's a little
when he
lightweight.
should have.
Yeah.
And just like trying to get into grips with the team, the league. It's January now, and you can totally see him like he's bulked up over the break, and there just seems to be an understanding, especially with him and Hugo, like the rest of the team as well. Like you definitely see this relationship starting to build, and yeah, I mean, I thought Gakpo had a great game too. Gakpo was able to bring the ball up, feed it to Wirtz. Wirtz passes to Salah. Salah returns the favor, and then Wirtz is again bottom left-hand corner. It's his favorite spot. I guess bottom right. It doesn't matter. But it was an awesome finish. He just
stage left.
Stage left. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. It was an awesome finish. Excuse me. Just getting worked up thinking about these goals. But I'm not convinced that Wirtz can hit the ball hard. But it's okay when he hits it perfectly every time. I mean,
if the strike is smooth, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, if it's smooth as ice.
Right. Willing to sacrifice.
Yeah, it was a great finish. And it was really nice to see Mo get in that position and not feel... It seems like the goal he scored against Qarabag... Exactly, right. Like, the pressure was off him a little bit. He saw the opening. He fed Wirtz. And look, it was a great assist.
Yeah, I hope this is kind of like... Not like a passing of the... Well, kind of like a passing of the torch, where he just can now... Maybe he doesn't have to have the onus of the goal scoring on him. Like, he can also provide assist. He can be the assist maker. He can be the kingmaker at this stage of his career.
The Egyptian kingmaker.
There you go. And that ball to Wirtz was just perfect.
I mean, I can certainly picture him passing the torch, but then kind of not letting go. Wirtz is like, I got it, hand it off. And Mo's like, yeah, go ahead. But then he's just white-knuckling that torch.
Yeah, I mean, like, in this game, too, you also kind of saw the dwindling... Not presence, but like just like the ability of Salah, because like in the 68th minute, that's when he gets that ball. It's basically just a counterattack.
Yeah,
and I think it was either Gakpo or someone feeds in Salah on the right hand side. He can't beat his man.
No,
and he shoots, and it was a bad shot, nowhere near on target, and it was just like one of those things where like 2018-19 Salah would have burned that guy easily.
24-25 Salah. He scored 30 goals last year.
Yeah, that's very true.
He hit a cliff, and it's depressing. He's going to come up with a couple more big goals before his Liverpool light fully dwindles, and those moments are going to be really special. But there are a lot of moments right now that are just a little bit tough to watch. It's sort of, has Unk still got it? And with that assist he does, with that goal against Qarabag, you think maybe he does too, but when he stands up as a defender, he's just not getting by him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, I still think like you said, he still has a lot to prove.
That's not what I said.
Real quick on Gakpo. I've been impressed with him these last two games. He's like provided, I feel like he's provided a lot. He's been able to, be aware. Yeah, but also in that sense, like, be aware of his physicality in the sense that he knows that he's like 6'3" and could like shove a guy off the ball if he has to.
Yeah, it's been completely unlike his previous performances. He's got dynamism now in a way that
exactly.
I don't care if you score. I'm at the point now with Gakpo where I'm not even looking for a goal. I'm looking to watch someone that doesn't look like he's just got out of bed.
Yeah. But there was a moment in the 87th minute when he gets the ball and he does like kind of like a Cruyff-esque turn. And it's like the end of the game. He loses the ball, but he's chasing it and he gets the ball. And I think that's when Dan Burn just tackles him.
Out of bounds.
I mean, just like a complete
literally
dickhead.
And figuratively.
But I kind of also love that moment too, because it did again feel like just a rallying of the troops.
Yeah.
Just like we were already on top, but this kind of just felt like, because Kirkes comes out, Konate comes out, Jones comes over just to like get in his face. Again, Kirkes, who's like 5'5", gets in that face of Dan Burn, and you're just like, yeah, you want to see that.
8'5".
Right. So that was just a nice little, like a little nice rallying cry. But again, the best moment of the game came at the end. It was great.
And so, I mean, a minute beforehand, maybe not a minute, but within 5 minutes beforehand, Konate takes a volley off of a corner, should have scored. I think Voltemata gets a sort of a lucky block with his heel,
Yeah,
and you're
that's right.
thinking like, oh man, would have been
What
so
a
wonderful
bummer.
for him to go in. And I think that the one that does go in here in the 93rd is even better. I love a little squibbler that
Oh,
just like
yeah.
dinks and donks over the net. I think
It's
it hit
dinking
Dan
and
Burn
donking
through the
all over the
way.
grass,
It's
yeah.
dinking on the grass, and the slow mo, the keeper's like almost like Renaissance painting, reaching
Has
out.
no idea it's there, just turns around way too late, desperate grasp. Yeah, man, it was a beautiful moment. You know, Konate's dad passed away a couple weeks ago.
Right.
He's been on this family leave, and we've missed him. You know, we've had to put Gomez back there. We've had Gravenberg back there. Konate comes back to the team. He plays really well. I
Yep.
thought this was one of his best games, like
100%.
defensively. And he just like he looked up for it. And yeah, getting this goal was very, very sweet. He obviously points to the heavens,
Gets a little
dedicating the
teary-eyed.
goal to his. Dude, I got a little misty eyed. I got very emotional. I was very sad because you see him. Everyone runs out, and the best part was that Allison came out too. Allison runs out
Yep.
because that headed goal against West Brom on that fateful day, his dad died around that time too, and he scored that goal. And I completely
right.
forgot about that.
I forgot
It was
about
just
that
like
until just
it
now.
was a nice little moment between the two
Yeah,
the two
sort of
guys.
I see you.
Exactly. And it just felt like another one of those moments where like it felt like a consolidation of the team that I think has been very much needed these last 6 months.
Yeah, it kind of feels like we drained the pus a little bit. You know, the wound is finally, it's not weeping anymore.
Right.
You know, but that might be a little bit gross, but
Yeah.
the point being, you know, like suddenly I can walk.
Yeah. And soon you will be running.
Soon I'll be running, and that's coming right up. But was there anything else that you wanted to bring up about this game, or do you want to talk Jimmy Jacket?
Yeah, we can talk about Jimmy Jacket. It was just again, it was nice seeing the resilience from this team. Like after conceding
right.
again,
Conceding first at home. We've been so weak-minded for so long.
Right. And not even conceding early. I mean, obviously that sucks, but just the entire first 30 minutes just being a real dog of a game at that point.
Yeah.
And it was just nice to be able to
cycled.
Exactly. And yeah, again, Eikitike's movements gorgeous. I like seeing the Wirtz connective tissue with him. And then just like despite giving up that goal, which again, like a team can just score, but you can still have a good defensive performance, and I think we did.
Yeah, like we talked about, we defended 11 corners, you said.
Right.
God knows how many goddamn throw-ins.
Yeah. And then I guess last thing too was the ref was awful. Hooper just was a dog of a ref, and I think that was like a nice little. I think that was like a nice kind of just in terms of getting the crowd into the game too, was just being instead of angry at the team, being angry at the ref, and just kind of showing their dismay at that, and having the
we
players
were fired
being
up
able
early.
to. Yeah, exactly.
There was a point around like the 20th minute where he blows for what was actually a foul, but it was just after.
Was that the Konate?
I think it might have been Konate, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but then Hooper sort of like pulls his shirt and then gives like one of these, and he goes like, "What?
Yeah.
What do you want from me?" The crowd exploded.
I mean, the amount of daft wankers that you saw like lipped, out of the crowd, it was amazing. But yeah, I mean, great performance again. And like you said, we're playing Manchester City next. Huge game because in terms of like the table setup, very devastating to know that United and Chelsea both got last minute winners for their respective games. Such a bummer. So this was a we needed to win this game in order to keep pace with the top four. And this next game will be a doozy, James.
I can't wait. In the Klopp era, any Liverpool City game was the sort of thing that you marked your calendar months in advance for.
Right.
And I don't know if it's been quite that with Slot. We did the double over them, I think, last season, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But this
one was a Sabazai False 9 game. One of them was.
That's right. The Sabazai False 9. I think we beat them 2-0 just before we played Madrid. That was the first time last season. Either way, they spanked us at the Etihad this season.
Yeah.
Things are looking very different for both teams. Actually, I pulled up City's form, and it's not great. Uh, you
No,
know, it,
they've been like, pretty poor. I mean, despite winning today against Newcastle, that
yeah,
2-2 draw against Tottenham was just a real knife in the chest.
it was a real kick in the teeth for people who don't like Arsenal, for sure.
Yeah, yours included. I was extremely bummed, especially with one of those goals. That first Solanke goal should not have counted. That's neither here nor there. But
Also,
yeah, it'll
Sri Lanka has what, 2 goals in his Tottenham career. Of course, that
something
both
like that.
happened yesterday.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
record.
yesterday game.
But yeah, I mean, I think and also they have Gahey and Semenyo, two
Yeah,
players that, I wish were in Liverpool red. They're not. And that
that's what's
hope
tough. That the catharsis or
yeah,
sort of Schadenfreude maybe of watching City start Semenyo and Gahey and then blow a game like that. It is pretty satisfying. It just
right.
has the other side of it, which is watching Arsenal run away with it, despite being the best of us, ultimately just a bad bunch.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Semenyo is just a nuisance. Like he's going to cause a lot of chaos for our defensive end. So, yeah, we'll just have to be on our A game. And luckily it's at Anfield. Hopefully that'll, help in some respect. But yeah, it'll be an
They'll
interesting
be
game
up
for
for it.
sure.
It's
Yeah.
Sunday. That's 8:30 kickoff. So what is that? 2:30, half two, like they say.
Right on.
So you've got time for a couple of pints before this game kicks off.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a couple cups of coffee.
I'm talking about the fans at
Oh
Anfield.
sure, sure, sure.
Yeah,
Because
I
they're
don't.
listening, of course.
I actually won't be having any pints before this game. Not that I would
Oh,
normally have them at 8:30, but it's Super Bowl Sunday for us Yanks.
of course.
So I'll be having a couple pints starting around 3.
Oh, good for you.
So
Yes.
you got to work up to it. But to be fair, I care much, much more about this City game. What do you think is going
Then the
to?
Super Bowl?
Yes.
Of course, James.
What do you think? What do you think of this lineup? Konate keeps his place. You got to
Of
think.
course.
So we've done something interesting the last couple of games, which is start Gakpo, Eikitike, and Salah all ahead of Wirtz, which is to say 3 attackers
Yeah.
and then Wirtz behind.
Yeah.
We've spent about 3 months playing Wirtz and 2 attackers, basically. In short, and then three midfielders. Do you think that he goes that attacking against City with the threats of Doku, with the threats of Semenyo, like you're saying, or do you think he reverts back to type and has 5 midfielders if you count Wirtz?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of want him to take the game, especially being at home. Just take the game to City. Just take the game to them. So I think I
It's
would.
there for the taking too.
I mean, because I'm assuming. I think there's a pretty good chance that'll just be the same lineup as the Newcastle game, meaning Shabazai will also be at right back, and then you
Yeah,
basically have your.
there were murmurings of Frimpong being available. I don't think that
Yeah, I don't know if that's
is
going to be.
happening.
That might be too soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see why you would go anything different than the Newcastle game.
Well, I
Really.
get the change would be Jones for Gakpo, really, right? So you get a little bit of extra
Right.
solidity. And
I
to
don't know.
be honest,
Again,
I
like
think he sticks. I think you're right. I think he sticks. He doesn't twist.
yeah, again, and I think Gakpo, I think he has provided a little bit of a spark. Again, at least him acknowledging his physicality, I think, is good for Liverpool. So I think yeah, I don't think you would change anything at all. Just go with the same.
Yeah, and obviously we had a week off. That's the first time in a while that we've had no midweek game. So everyone should be as
Right.
fresh as they can be. The other thing on that, we were complaining, rightfully so, about the team's fitness. Nobody could
Right.
complete 90 minutes. Something that I've seen recently, at least with Wirtz, is that he doesn't seem to be flagging as much. Come 75, he could still make a run and he could still press, and that's been exciting to see too. He's
Well, I mean, both
he's
him
got that
and
cardio built up.
Eikitike went off on the 84th, Wirtz on the 87th. So like slowly but surely they're building up um that
Right, and I think at that point it was more this game's wrapped up than it was necessary. It wasn't a change out of necessity. It was let's let the kids and Chiesa get a couple minutes.
yeah, right.
And when I say the
Huh.
kids, I mean Wataru Endo.
Yeah. He's a big kid.
He's a big kid. He's got that
With a
nice
gum shield.
mouth guard. The gum
Yeah.
shield, that's exactly right. He probably wears a helmet when he trains.
I would love him just to come to show up at, next game, helmet on. Like
Or that sort of Phantom of the Opera mask.
oh yeah, just get all the headgear.
Yeah. Hey, I'd watch him.
James, it's getting a little cold here, up here in the PNW.
Well, it's not getting cold here, like I mentioned already.
I might have to go put on a jacket.
You don't say, huh? Well, I bet that you have a second jacket in your closet because you only owned one.
Oui.
Actually, en fait,
Oh,
your
sorry.
jacket probably hasn't been delivered yet. It's gonna be.
Is that on fit?
En fait means in fact. Voila. But it's it's exciting and it's frustrating. I'm gonna be honest because two things happen.
We're just not gonna acknowledge that's the worst transition of all time.
I was just gonna let it slide.
Okay,
I think
all right.
the best thing to do is not to draw attention to it. But here we are now, kicking a dead horse. But look, we signed Jimmy Jackets. He's a Ren defender. Mm-hmm. I would be lying if I said I'd seen a second of Ren play football. But I can tell you that now that he has signed, he's 20 years old.
He's the best defender in the world, apparently.
He's the top 3. I read top 3, actually. He's got really impressive statistics, which, hey, statistics for defenders, very exciting. I think he's top 5 in like progressive passes, in on-ball value, and in aerial duels. 1.
There you go. I mean, those are the stats that we want.
I like goals personally, but those are also cool.
For a defender, though, come on,
he's 6'2", so that's a pretty good size, good height. I was pretty blown away to see that it was $60 million. This fee is very high for somebody who's played, I think, less than 30 times as a full professional.
Yeah, exactly. He's 20 years old, and he played. I think he has 18 starts this season, and I think he played for. I'm trying to remember. He was on loan for not Strasbourg, another French. Clermont Foot, which he played like 15 games for, something like that. So,
well, that's just over 30.
Yeah, so not a lot of games in his belt to be worth $60 million. But this is the thing: he was extremely, extremely wanted by Chelsea and other teams, and I think that it was a thing where it was just a situation where we had to pull the trigger. And I think it was very surprising that we did this and not the Gahey stuff. I think the wages that Gahey wanted were just like kind of the nail in the coffin in that situation.
For January, but not not from the summer.
Right.
That's where some of the frustration for me really comes from.
Absolutely, yeah.
You fanny about for $3 million in August, and then you lose out on the player. Anyway, go ahead.
I mean, this seems like a player that's just going to basically play from the get-go is what it seems like. It doesn't seem like a Leone signing, which is kind of like for the future. I think if you spend $60 million, it's pretty much a guaranteed position that he will play a lot of games for this upcoming season. And it's just interesting that he's not. I feel like with Gahey, he could play on the left, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
is that true?
I think he plays on the left, but he's in a back 3 these days. Now he's on City, where apparently he's shit.
With Jacquet, he plays, I think it's usually a back 3 or a back 2, and he plays on the right of both. Or in the center. If it's a back 3, he plays as like the center defensive player. So I think that's just interesting that it's not a player that, gravitates towards the left like I always forget his name, but the player
Virgil van Dijk.
Him no, the player from Inter. Bastoni.
Bastoni, sure.
Like just a player like that. But anyway, I think
Bastoni might be on his way.
There's also, I think the market for central defenders is like very far and few between. So I think it's kind of like, I think this will be a market where you see a lot of teams pay a lot of money for players of this like nature, where it's like they don't have that many games under their belt.
Well, sure. I mean, Lenny Yoro was what, 80 million to go to United. Or maybe it was 60. Either way, it's a pretty similar profile. Your Calafiore to Arsenal. He doesn't even play center back.
Yeah, but I haven't. Like you said, I haven't seen anything of him. But everyone that I kind of trust in terms of like having an opinion on this kind of stuff has said to be very excited.
You mean me?
So, I mean, yeah, I talk to you every day. So, and you're my trusted informant. And you said, this is going to be fun.
I said, let's fucking get him.
Yeah.
And we did. And then they said, hey, it's a 6-month waiting period, but
yeah.
I'll be excited
So
when he
I
shows
hate
up in
this
August.
tease stuff. Honestly, it's such a bummer. I mean, like, again, we are not guaranteed anything this year. You know, we're not guaranteed Champions League football. We're not guaranteed Champions League win, you know? So it's I think it's just it's interesting to not pull the trigger now when we're kind of at a desperate situation in terms of defensive reinforcements.
100%. I agree. And Liverpool tacitly said that when they tried to sign Gertrude. Did you see these rumors?
I did, and
he's a guy on loan at Sunderland.
Immediately got poo-pooed like right away after that stuff came out.
Right. That's fair enough. But point being, it's not as if there's one man exists. I don't understand why. First, we wait until January 31st to try to make a move. And second, we move on a guy who's already on loan. So we had to get an okay from the original club, which is Feyenoord, right?
Yes.
I think he's Feyenoord player.
Well, no, he went from Feyenoord, got sold to RB Leipzig, and then was on loan from... Yeah, so like it just feels like messy. It felt extremely difficult in order to get this done.
Yeah, and where's the opportunism here? It's
right.
I mean, it's the leavings of 3 different clubs that we're digging through. Anyway, well, look, the window's closed now, so this is who we
annoying.
Are.
This is our first senior center back purchase since Konate.
Since Konate, right? Which is 2021.
Yep. Nuts. So,
and before that, it was Matip in 2016
on a free.
It's pretty rare that we make these signings.
Well, no, it was Van Dijk, James.
No, Van Dijk came in before Matip, right? Oh no, you're right. Yeah, Van Dijk, that was January 2018.
Yeah. So just it's gonna be it'll be interesting.
Bumpy ride.
It's gonna be a bumpy ride for sure. But I think this Qarabag game, this Newcastle game, showed some fortitude. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the City game. I think worst comes to worst, worst comes to worst, we lose, and
literally the worst case scenario is we lose.
Right, and then Arsenal
we've done that 15 times this season.
Right. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
I know what to say, and that's for me to ask you to say something to the fans. There's 11 of you guys out there. We're trying to make it 12. How can you make it 12, Ian?
There's some in Poland, and to those in Poland, I would say, check us out on Instagram. Guten Tag, I believe is correct. Redheads Podcast on Instagram. Like, follow, check out some of the stuff that we post. We don't post every day, but we try. But if you're an audible person, you like to hear us, you like the nitty gritty, you like the audible nature of people talking.
You love our voices. We've got dulcet tones of 2 just great, sexy sounding men.
Exactly. You can find us not only on any podcast catcher of your choosing.
For example, Spotify.
Exactly. Thank you, James. You can also listen on YouTube. Believe it or not. It's not just a visual medium on YouTube.
0
you can
ads.
Also listen to things.
That's right.
No ads. We got shorts. Some beautiful shorts. Yes, it is pants weather. But they're shorts on YouTube.
Hey, it's not pants weather down here, baby.
And just, subscribe, make a little funny comments, like the videos. That's all very helpful.
Just subscribe. I mean, it doesn't take much. It takes a click.
It is pretty fascinating how it's like the easiest thing to do, but no one does it. So maybe you can start that trend by being the first of your little group of friends to be like, hey, this podcast. Right.
We could change the world, but someone just has to go first.
There you go. And James,
I was going to ask you, did you take the whole pie or did you take...
Well, I can never stomach a whole pie, so usually what I'll do is I'll just take piece.